Love-inspired suspense and HarlequinAudio present Dangerous Montana Inheritance by Jenna Knight. Performed by Lysy. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. John chapter 10, verse 10. To Esther Harris, who never gave up on my dream. Thanks, Mom. 1. I never thought I'd be involved in a murder, Rose Balfour said into the phone balanced between her ear and shoulder. A murder trial, she quickly clarified. I never thought I'd be happily married with 4 kids by the time I was 30. Rose's old friend from high school, Kendra, responded over the phone. Life brings us plenty of surprises. Indeed it did. Rose glanced up at the sky filled with roiling deep purple clouds ready to dump rain on Cedar Lodge, Montana. She'd driven here directly from the regional airport after her 2-week visit with Kendra and her family in Utah. You're there now, right? Kendra asked. You're at the house you inherited. What does it look like? Rose headed across the gravel driveway toward the front door. It's not exactly the Boyd mansion, she replied, referring to the beautiful historic home that had been a source of pride for the residents of Cedar Lodge until it burned down a little over a year ago. This place is old and small. It's set on about a 1/4 acre of land in a section of town with a mixture of homes and businesses. There was no reason for Rose to feel uneasy, but she did. I can't believe you were left a house by somebody you didn't even know. This is so exciting, Kendra said. Her tone had the same enthusiasm she'd shown when Rose had been sitting across from her in Utah and reading aloud the email she'd just received about the house. Rose had been stunned at first, and then excited. But as the last few days had passed before she returned home, she'd grown uneasy. The whole thing felt eerie. The house had been bequeathed to her by Gabe Kraft, a loan shark who'd been murdered nearly a year ago. Tomorrow, Rose would be giving testimony at Kraft's murder trial because she'd witnessed Kraft and the accused, Lance Preston, arguing the day before the murder occurred. She hadn't even clearly heard what they were saying, but the deputy prosecutor working the case had assured her during a pre-trial video meeting yesterday that her testimony was important. Apparently, Kraft's family wanted the property, and they'd kept Rose's inheritance secret until finally realizing that fighting the will was futile. The attorney who'd sent her the email had also sent her the code to unlock the front door. Curious, she'd decided to check out the property before heading to her condo on the other side of town. Maybe that hadn't been such a great idea. Standing here now, she was a little bit afraid of what she might find inside. She should have brought someone with her to take her first look. It's all so mysterious. Kendra, a fan of true crime shows, enthused through the phone. You didn't even know the guy. Yes and no. Rose's parents, who'd always been and still were financially irresponsible, had borrowed money from the now-deceased loan shark a few years back. Rose knew Gabe Kraft was a dangerous man. That's why she'd kept her eye on him after spotting him on the street and ended up witnessing the argument. Rose hadn't explained that to Kendra because it would be embarrassing for her parents if people knew about the loan. While Kendra was a good friend, she was also an enthusiastic gossip. Are you inside the house yet? Kendra asked impatiently. Rose paused at the door, her stomach tying itself in knots. Could Kraft have left the door rigged with some kind of explosive device? She took a close look. Everything appeared normal. The loan shark had been murdered nearly a year ago. Surely someone would have opened the front door.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?